Today's podcast is proudly sponsored by Gray and I Slay, our stylish clothing line celebrating the beauty and strength of aging with elegance. GrayandISlay.com. Welcome to Gray and I Slay, another episode where we talk about graying, slaying, and aging. It's a beautiful thing. Every morning that I wake up, when I open up my eyes, I always give God thanks for watching over me as I slept and waking me up in my right mind. And then I begin just to thank Him for being able to see, hear, taste, smell, the sense of touch, being able to walk and then lift my hands up. I give Him praise because it could be another day that I could not be here, but He allowed me to see another day. So I'm thankful for that. And I'm just here. I'm just going to be talking to you about different topics and subjects that come across my mind in these next few minutes. But I just wanted to jump on, and just say hello. And thank you for listening and subscribing and liking and commenting and sharing. I do appreciate it. Graying is a beautiful thing. Aging is a beautiful thing. There's a scripture, Proverbs 16:31, that says, "Gray hair is a crown and the glory of the Lord." I've decided, COVID year 2020. I had January that year before everything was shut down. I got my last hair color. I was still coloring my hair, dyeing my hair. And so January, I'm not sure what date, but January 2020 was the last time I got color. And then in March, which was almost time for me to go back to get a retouch, and the salon shut down. So what did I do? I went to the store and I bought a box of Clairol. Yes, I did. And I was going to color my own hair. And then every time I set that box out, it was time for me to wash my hair, and I would set that box of dye out, I couldn't do it. And I've colored my hair before, but this time, for some reason, I couldn't do it. It's like I got sick in my stomach every single time, and I would put it back week after week after week. That's what I did. And then after so long, my hair just, the color, the gray just started showing more and more and more and more. And then I'm not sure when the salons reopened, but then by the time that it was for them to reopen, I was good. I said, I'm good. I'm just going to go ahead and just let my hair just go ahead and just do what it wants to do, be gray, whatever. I'm just going to let it go. And I'm glad I did. It's a great, 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 what I did. It was great. And I'm glad I made that decision. That's the word I was looking for, decision. I'm glad I made that decision to go ahead and let this hair just turn gray, do what it wants to do, and I'm happy, very happy with it. And it's funny because right now it looks very gray when I'm looking in this video, but then on day one, for some reason when I wash my hair, it's like the gray is in hiding for whatever reason. This is day two hair. Day one, I was at an event yesterday, and the lady, one of the ladies who's gray, came over to me, and she was like, "I love your hair." And I said, "Thank you." She said, "I just love your curls." I'm like, "So do you see any gray?" And she goes, "Underneath, but I don't really see any gray, like, throughout." And I said, "It's so weird that my hair does that." A couple of weeks ago, my nephew from New York was here, and he said the same thing. He goes, it looks like you have highlights." And I said, okay. So anyway, I said, if you were in town tomorrow on day two, you could see all the gray. For some reason, day one, it looks like I hardly have any gray. Day two, the gray pops out. And then as the hair gets older and older and older, the more gray comes out. So yeah, I'm not sure why that happens. I just, but I'm accepting it. It's okay. I'm okay with day one because I know day two is coming and the gray is going to pop. But I'm enjoying being gray. I'm enjoying aging, and I'm, lines, wrinkles, everything else that comes with aging, the menopause, all that stuff. I'm enjoying, all that stuff that, the hot flash. We not really didn't have hot flashes though. Because I don't think my mom had it. And anyway, my menopause started so early. I was in my 30s. I remember going to the doctor, and because that monthly cycle was acting very, very strange. And I went to the doctor just to see what was going on, and then he was like, I don't know, let me run some tests on you. And so he did, and he came back in. He was just shaking his head. He goes, "I can't believe it." And I'm like, "Believe what? What are you trying? What are you saying? Are you trying to, give me some bad news or whatever?" He goes, "No, no bad news. It's just I can't believe that you are in perimenopause." And I was like, "What?" And I said, there's no hot flashes. And he goes, a lot of women, don't get the hot flashes. Right now, it's your cycle is just going crazy. And eventually it is going to stop. And he is right. It did. It stopped. All the way stopped. And, that part didn't bother me, but I was glad that it stopped. Because, but anyway, just it's really strange that in my 30s, and he just said, "You're so young." He said, "I just can't believe this is happening." And I'm like, "I don't know." But I never got a chance. And I meant to ask my mom before she passed away, what was it like for her? And I never remember my mom talking about hot flashes or anything like that. Never heard her talk about it. Never heard her have conversations about hot flashes or anything like that. But anyway, I wanted to ask her, how old were you when you went through menopause? I was like 39, I think it was 39. And that's why my doctor was just shaking his head. But, it happens. And I'm hearing a lot of people like early 30s, not early 30s, late 30s, early 40s who are going through it. So, but anyway, it's just a part of life. There's things we have to do in life as we live. The opposite is to pass away younger and not go through any of this things that are happening now. But I keep telling God, I'm grateful, I'm thankful that to be here, to see myself aging, and it's okay. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the lines. I'm okay with what they call crow's feet. I'm okay with saggy skin. I'm grateful just to be here to go through this time of my life. And I'm like I said, it's a good time. I'm not sad about it. I'm not going backwards. And there's no judgment zone here. I mean, anybody out there who is not embracing aging, not embracing the gray hair, and it's okay. Like I said, this is no judgment zone. We're all very loving. We're very kind to each other. This tribe of mine, we're all very loving and kind to each other. And so if you decide to dye your hair, that's whatever. Do you? And if you decide to, have some work done on your body, on your face, body parts, boobs lifted, butt, whatever, do you? I'm doing me. I'm not choosing to do any of those things. I don't want any Botox. I don't, first of all, I've never liked needles. As a little kid, I never liked needles, and I don't like needles to this day. When I go to the doctor and they get, every year they got to take, get the blood, test that blood, and they have to give me a minute, and they always laugh at me because they know I have to have a minute. I have to get my mind right. And in order for you to prick my finger, I don't like that. Don't like it. And it seems like the pain lasts forever. Even though it's just a prick. But I'm sure I'm exaggerating, but I don't like it. The pain I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So anyway, so I don't want any needles going all through my face. I don't want that. But if you choose to do that, that's okay. You do you. I'm appreciating and embracing myself, the big old age that I am accepting it and I'm loving it. And like I said, there's no judgment zone here. You do you. And another thing I do, I work out, I drink a lot of water, I try to eat properly, I eat clean as possible. A lot of processed foods I don't do those anymore. I mean, I used to, even as a vegan, plant-based, there were processed foods that I chose to eat. I don't do those things anymore. I'm basically trying to eat raw, and I try to eat clean as possible. I mean, I used to go through like a bag of Skinny Pop or a bag of the lesser than evil popcorn. I took all that out of my diet. And now if I want popcorn, I have to do air pop. That's the only way I'm going to eat it. And except for when I travel, if I travel and if I need a snack, then I will get like a bag of like popcorn from my room to snack on. But when I'm home, I have to get the air popper out. And then I know that when I get the air popper out, there's a cleanup with that. And I think about, especially when it's time to go to bed, do I want to clean up dishes? So I'm thinking about all that stuff, especially after you eat dinner and you washed all the dishes, you put all the dishes away. Do I want to dirty up more dishes? And you get the air popper out, get a bowl out, if I want to melt some vegan butter, get some of that stuff, which is probably processed, right? So, maybe I'm not eating as clean as I think I am, but anyway, so I get the vegan butter, melt that, and pour just a little bit over the popcorn. And so that's another something else I would have to wash. So I'm thinking about all of that before I go to bed, because I do not like to go to bed with having dishes in my sink. I didn't like it when my son was growing up, and he could tell you I did not like. You don't go to bed with dishes in the sink, and I'm the same way. Even though I live by myself, I treat myself the same way, with that same respect. Do not go to bed with dishes in the sink. We're not doing that. We're just talking about life right here, and graying and slaying. So anyway, as we gray, we're graying, aging, and slaying. And just because you're aging and graying and slaying does not mean we're aging and graying. Does not mean that you stop slaying, right? And slaying means more than just how you dress. And I like to dress. I love clothes, and that's one thing. I mean, I do tell the Lord about, that I love clothes. So I want to be able to still dress the way I love shoes. I mean, I love all the things. I love jewelry, even though I don't wear a lot of jewelry, but I love it. I love to see it on other people, but I love it. I go to the store, I see it, and then I put it on me, and it's like, it looks too much. Like, it's especially like big jewelry. It looks too much for me because I have a small frame. I'm only 5'2". I'm 5'2", so a lot of big jewelry doesn't look good on me. It just looks to be too much. So if I have jewelry on, it's going to be something small, dainty. That's just how I feel about it. I don't do a lot of big jewelry. Every once in a while, you may see me in some big jewelry, but not often at all. So, but yeah, I still like to dress. I still love shoes, and oh my God, winter time and boots. I mean, I don't know what it is about me. I love some boots. I have a lot of boots, and I need to go through and clean out boots that I haven't worn in a while. I need to go through my closet and clean some of that stuff out. Coats. Even though I don't like winter is not one of my favorite seasons. I love a coat. I love coats. And there was one time I was buying them like every year, maybe 2 a year. And now I've slowed down, on coats. I don't buy as many because I try to buy things that are like considered classic that I can keep and I can keep wearing over and over. Not so much the trendy coats that I used to get into. I had to come back. I had to go out because my you know how AT&T sends you the restart your device, and I thought that I was hitting cancel and I hit restart, and there I couldn't back out of it. It had to do what it had to do. So now I'm back. But anyway, I was talking about coats. I believe that's what I was talking about, how my love for coats. And graying, aging, and slaying doesn't mean that you don't have to stop dressing fancy. You don't have to stop. I mean, I like makeup. I don't wear a lot of makeup, but I like makeup, and I like to put it on. Especially my lips, and that's why I told my son that if something were to happen to me, and I'm not, hoping and believing for anything to happen to me, as far as not being able to be in my right mind and not take care of myself. But I tell him that if it gets to that point, your mama loves lip gloss. You better make sure that I have lip gloss on all the time, because I love lip gloss. I love lip gloss. I'm getting into lips. I didn't used to like lipsticks, but I'm getting into lipsticks now. But I just want to tell my son, make sure your mama looks good, and make sure your mama's hair looks good, because your mama loves taking. I mean, I've loved taking care of my hair even as a little girl. I love taking care of my hair. So your things that your mama loves, make sure your mama looks good. Make sure your mama is clean. Hello. Make sure your mother is clean, and make sure she is dressed and got her lip gloss on, some pair of earrings. Make sure she looks good. That's what I tell my son. So he knows that what I like, and not to have me looking crazy. But anyway, so any friends out there, family members, if you see Tim drop the ball, get on him and make sure that he picks up the ball and takes care of his mother the way that she desires to be taken care of. Anyway, so but yeah, so graying, aging, and slaying. let's get back to that topic, because slaying means more than, like I said, dressing fancy, but anything that you do, any like working, projects, whatever you do, doing for yourself, doing for somebody else, slay it. Slay it. You hear me? Slay it. Don't just half do it. Do it to the, what they call the nth. Do it to the nth degree. So we're slaying whatever we do, whatever we put our hands to do. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, whatever you put your hands to do, do it with excellence. I'm not sure exactly, I can't remember the wording right now, but you do it with excellence. You put your everything into it. You do not half do it. You put everything into it and do it with greatness. Do it with excellence. Don't half do it. That's what excellence means. It means do it until you are pleased with it. If you're doing it for somebody else, do it to make sure, do it to that, to their desire, to what they're looking for. Do it with, that's how you slay. You don't have to do anything. We're aging, we're growing, and we're slaying everything that we do. Put your heart into it. There you go. Put your heart into it. Yes, exactly right. Put your heart into it. And so, and another thing about aging for me too is like, my peace means a lot to me. I'm to the age now where my peace means a lot. I don't like a lot of gossip. Even though one time there was gossip, I participated in it. Yes, I did. Then I got to the point to where I don't like this anymore. I don't like talking about people. People, even though, people, this is just going to happen. Whatever you do good, whether you do bad, people are going to talk. They're going to talk about you. And so my thing now is this: I pray for people. People who don't want to be around me, fine. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Again, I want my peace. I want peace. You don't want me to be around you and then you're treating me some kind of way? No, that's so disrespectful. And I don't like being around disrespectful people. You're not going to disrespect me. You're not going to do that. So I choose what I do, what invitations I accept. I choose. We all have a choice. It's not like you have to, just because somebody invites you somewhere doesn't mean that you have to go. I choose my peace. I choose who I want to be around. And so can you. Peace is just too important. It's too expensive. What's the saying that if it costs you your peace, it's too expensive. And some things, baby, are too expensive. When you give up your peace, it's not worth it. It is not worth it. I mean, I love people and I'm going to love you. I'm going to love you from afar, but I'm going to love you because I have to, because the Bible tells me to. I'm going to love you. I may not like you, but I'm going to love you. And you may not like me, but you have to love me. So, and then the thing about people just talking about people, what, why? That's just so, to me, immature. That's just a sign of immaturity, where you have to talk about people behind their backs. If you have something to say to people, say it to their faces. Why do you have to talk about them behind their backs? And then, like, my niece posted something. I wasn't going to talk about this, but my niece posted something. It's a few weeks ago. If you have to talk about your family members to your children, now how immature is that? And then your children, they're like sponges. They're just going to absorb it. They're going to absorb everything because you're your parents, or you're their brother or sister or whatever. And they're absorbing all this information that you're giving. And when they see that person, I feel it. I feel and I know. You don't have to tell me. I know when I walk into a certain room or a certain environment, and when somebody's been talking about you. I choose I grab my things and like, okay, great to see you guys, time to go. But I'm gonna love on you, I'm gonna love you, and again, I'm praying for you. And I hope you pray for me. Because there's some things about me that you don't like, tell me to my face instead of talking to me about behind my back. That's just where I am right now. Maybe aging has done that. And it's okay. I pray it's a sign of maturity, and I'm grateful to that, to be in this position that where my peace is important to me, not doing it. Joy is important to me. Love is important to me. And this is where I am. So this is where I choose. And I'm happy to be in this position. Happy. So anyway, We're talking about grin and slaying. So we got to talk about that. We got to talk about peace. We got to talk about love, because that's a part of slaying. You got to love people for where they are, wherever they meet them, where they are. Love, like I said, love them. You don't have to hang out with them. Love them. Love. Choose love. Choose joy. Choose peace. That's what I choose. Peace is too important. Again, that's saying, if it costs you your peace, baby, it's too expensive. Not doing it. So, but anyway, I'm trying to love people because I know I have to. I may not like you, but I'm going to love you. Okay, we're gonna make this thing love work. Okay, we're gonna make love work. I may not like what you do, I may not like what you say, but I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you. Okay, and we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make this thing called life work. All right, in abundance, to the full, to the overflow. That's what Jesus said. He came to give us life, and life more abundantly. And I always say, to the full, till it overflows. That's what I want that's the kind of life I want, the overflow life, where I'm loving people, where I'm trying to be peaceful with you. I'm not perfect. None of us are perfect. Nobody is perfect. But I'm trying to be peaceful. I'm trying to have as much joy as I possibly can around you, even when I'm not around you, in my own life, in my own home. There's joy here. That's a prayer that I pray, that when people walk through these doors, that they can feel love, joy, and peace, the presence of God. I want them to feel his peace, feel his love, feel his joy when they walk through these doors. I'm being very hospitable, and hopefully they can feel the love and peace and joy of God when they walk through these doors. That's what I want. So that's the slaying. And again, we talked about aging, and you age the way you want to age. There's no judgment zone here. Age the way. If you don't want the wrinkles, and that's okay. That's okay. Eat properly, though. Can you do that for me? Can you take away, if you're drinking soda, can you please take that out of your diet? I know I'm not trying to be judgmental, but I'm just trying to save your life. Get rid of that soda. As they say, 1 can of soda has 23 teaspoons of sugar. 23 teaspoons of sugar, that's a lot. And don't come at me with I do zero Coke or zero Pepsi. Okay. Are you reading the back of that can? I mean, I've never read the back of the can, but it's still not good for you. Read the back of that can. Read the ingredients that they're putting into that, though. Even though it may say zero sugar, there's something in there. There's some sugar in there. It's hidden sugar. Hidden sugar is what they're putting in that. Yes, a bag of potato chips that you're eating, sugar. There's hidden sugar in all the processed foods. Cut it out, because I want you to be around a long time. I mean, tomorrow's not promised to any of us, but I want you to live a full life. I don't want you to be here and I'm not trying to make fun of anybody and not know your name. I don't want you to live like it, because I don't want to live like that. I want you to be in your full faculty. Have your full mind. Know where you are. Know who you are. Know the people around you. That's how I want you to live. That's how I want to live. That's how I'm planning to live. So I haven't had I don't know how many years it's been since I've had soda. Took it out. If I make a juice, it's going to be something natural, because right now I'm stuck on like this cucumber drink that I make, and it is so good. And it's all natural. And it's everything that goes into it. I know what goes into it, because I put into it. I put this whatever ingredients I want into this drink. It's been good talking to you guys today, and we're going to do this more often. There'll be times when I will have guests on the show, and then sometimes it'll be just me coming to you, talking to you, trying to encourage you to live your best life. Live your best life. But there's no way you can live your best life without having God in it. I may be turning some feathers right now. Somebody may be turning it off because of what I'm getting ready to say. You're not going to live your best life with having God into it. If you haven't accepted him or his son into your life, you're not going to live your best life. You're not going to live your best life. And I want to see you live your best life. All right? Do that for me. So anyway, we're getting ready to close out. And again, thank you for stopping by, listening, subscribing, liking, sharing, and making a comment. I mean, I greatly appreciate everybody who listens and who have my subscribers. I call you my tribe, my Gray and I Slay tribe. So thank you. I appreciate all of you for your support. But I'm going to close out, and I'll be back. I'm so excited for what what God is doing. For the guests that He put in my mind to ask to come on, and they agreed to come on, which makes me very happy. I've got some things happening in September. Finding love again. I'm not going to tell you who that couple is. You'll find out. It's a couple that how they met. Both divorcees, and they came together and made this thing called marriage work. How they came together and they found love again, and they're enjoying each other. So they're coming on. I am so excited about what's happening with Gray and I Slay podcast. So again, thank you guys. I appreciate you, and just keep me in your prayers. Just comment down below. If there's some things that you want to talk about. Thank you guys for being here. Right now I'm rambling, so it's time to go when you start rambling. Like the pastor, you tell three, 4 times. I'm at the end, getting ready to close out, and you keep talking. So I'm just going to say one more time. Thank you for stopping by, and I will be back very soon by myself, and I'm going to have some guests, okay? And thanks for your support. Go out, gray, slay, and age the way you want to. And if you're not of age, you're not graying, you're not aging, slay. And if you know somebody who's graying, somebody who's aging, love on them, embrace them, encourage them in their journey, all right? Go make great things happen, okay? Thank you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.